The Gab Show with comedian Shay Sugar, comedian Jay Rich, and Dre Rivers Entertainment. The Gab Show starts now.
Well, hello, everybody. It's your girl, Shay Sugar, here with Miss Stacy Hogg.
Hello.
Our guest for today, I want to give a shout out to Jay Rich, my co-host, and Dre Rivers Entertainment, our producer. Welcome, Stacy Hogg.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming. Stacy Hogg and I, we go way back to Berkeley Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church.
Way back like LeBron's hairline.
Yeah. Where Reverend M.T. Thompson was the pastor back then, 1400 8th Street, yes. Berkeley, California.
Yes.
So we go way back. We've been in the choir together,
yes.
And she's just such a beautiful person. And we decided to have her as our guest today because she has a lot going on. She's an advocate for breast awareness, breast cancer awareness, and she'll be producing a show this October 27th. Where I will also be a part of that show. So I'm very excited about that. She's a hair care expert, a professional vocalist, just an all-around girl that does a lot. And we're happy to have you, honey.
Thank you for having me. I am so excited to be here.
Thank you. Yes. So first, let's talk about your hair care expertise, because I know that you do hair care replacements, mm-hmm. and you have made wigs for cancer survivors, mm-hmm. and that's a big deal to make people so happy and beautiful, because you know, way back in the day they didn't have the beautiful, glamorous, mm-hmm. natural looking wigs, mm-hmm. so it was very depressing for people, especially females, who suffer from hair loss, to have to wear those, you know, those fake looking hair extensions. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I started out in the hair industry. My grandmother was a salon owner. And so by the time I was born literally into a hair salon. So my knowledge in hair care goes way back, you know, because I was taught old school, you know, that old school press, old school, how to take care of the hair, do your last rinse with the lukewarm temperature, you know. I had that old school training from my grandmother. And my grandmother was a weavologist. She was a pole weaver. And
wow.
I took what I learned from her to that next step further, going into hair replacement. I was employed by the Hair Club for Men in Beverly Hills in 2004. I worked for the company for 8 years, and then I started my own practice. And then that's what led me to do this for cancer patients, free in my mother's memory.
That is beautiful. And oh my God, your mother was such a doll. She was always so...
Sharon Miss Kitty Randolph.
She was so nice, and she just used to look at me and just smile. Before I was a comedian, everybody just thought I was crazy. So you look at me and just start laughing.
Yes.
But she was so sweet. And I remember sometimes I would hit the wrong note because I was a soprano to everybody. And they would just hush like, can you get too loud? And I'm a loud soprano. And sometimes I would be off and they're like, it's okay.
Off and wrong.
Off and wrong. But what a way to, you know, keep your mom's name going, living. She's a legend.
Yes.
And I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy.
Thank you, Shay. I really appreciate that.
Yes, it's very much a big deal. Now talk about the event on October 27th.
So our event is an empowerment brunch, mm-hmm. and fundraiser. We are raising funds for our hardship program.
Right.
We already have a Look Good, Feel Good program in which I do the non-surgical hair replacement free for women going through cancer.
Beautiful.
But our hardship program it's not new, but it's our baby. And we created the hardship program based on what my mom had gone through. She had an $800 copay for chemotherapy. And so it was running her in the ground. She couldn't afford to live and have an $800 copay. Fortunately for my mother, my sister and I were in position to take care of her. But everybody doesn't have that. So the hardship program pays for PG&E. It pays for groceries. It pays for anything that will help this cancer patient or the cancer patient not to have to suffer insult to injury. You know what I mean? It's one thing to be fighting for your life, but to have to worry about how you're going to pay your bills or how you're going to have something as simple as food is really, heart-wrenching. And so I saw that happen with my own mother when I had to really step up and take care of my mom. Yeah. So the hardship program is positioning ourselves to be that gap and that bridge for people who are in need. And, I tell people all the time, Susan G. Komen and other organizations, their money really goes towards pharmaceuticals. And we're not making that right or wrong. We're just trying to be that organization who's positioning ourselves to help,
Yes.
because we do need research. We do need.
Definitely.
Yeah. Where they've gotten far with research.
Wow. Yeah. And medical and getting medical these days.
Yeah, it's something else.
Yes, indeed. It is really something else. And an $800 copay.
Can you
Wow.
imagine?
No.
Every 2 weeks? That's $1,600 a month on top of what you have to spend out, your expenditures for the month. $1,600 on top of that, depending on how many chemo rounds you need in a month. Come on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, for the listeners, if they're not able to make it to the show on October 27th, how can they get in touch with you? Like if they want to donate or give
They
any...
can call the Sharon Randolph Foundation at area code 510.
Sorry.
At area code 510-626-0500. And you can actually donate on our website. So that website is www.sharonrandolphfoundation.com.
www.sharonrandolphfoundation.com. Okay.
Yes.
Beautiful. I will definitely be in the house.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
And I can't wait for the food. So it's more like a brunch. It's not.
Yes, this is a brunch. This will be catered by Eat My Grits.
Okay.
By Dottie Moore. It's wonderful, wonderful cuisine.
Yeah, I've heard of Eat My Grits.
Yes.
Now, is Dottie, she's one of the daughters of Q's.
Yes, of Everett and Jones.
Everett and Jones, okay.
Yes,
So
Dorothy's daughter.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah, now it's all coming
It's
together.
all coming?
Okay,
Got
well,
it.
we will be in the house.
Yes.
And I
Oh my
can't
God.
wait.
And I thank you so much for signing on to this wonderful
Thank you.
event.
Yeah, my
do.
pleasure.
Yes.
I cannot wait. We're going to have a ball.
Yes, we are.
I want to talk to you too about being a professional vocalist because I
Yes.
was reading your bio and
Yeah.
I haven't, talked to you in a while.
Yeah.
So when we see each other, we be like, "Hey, there."
Yeah, in passing, take a picture, a selfie, and be like, all right, I love you, girl.
Or with Silky, you usually with
Yes.
Silky or
Yes.
Elijah in the studio.
Yes.
So it's good that we can sit here and talk now.
Yes.
And I do know that I've always known you were a professional vocalist, but I did not know that you sang the national anthem for the Warriors.
Yes.
Tell me
yes.
about that.
So in 2000, that was actually the same year that my mother died. I sang the national anthem. It was for the Charlotte in Charlotte. It was a Charlotte game, and that was a great experience for me. Unfortunately, no one was at the Warriors games in 2000. It used to be a little thin,
Right, but it's still.
Some of us been Warriors fans for a long
Yeah.
time. But yeah, it was the experience.
Of course.
Oh my God, it was the experience. And then in 2009, I sang the national anthem at an A's game. That was a different experience because,
Wow.
yeah, it was totally different. But I was very honored and just glad to just,
Yeah.
be a part of something wonderful.
Wow. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I just admire anybody with a beautiful voice. I've always, wanted to sing, but really cannot. So I think that's why I ended up doing comedy, so I could get the microphone every now and then.
And then you can still sing, and if people laugh, it don't matter, right?
Exactly. I can hit a note too.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's a big deal. And you did background vocals for Regina Bell,
Yes.
Dwayne Wiggins,
Yes.
Lenny Williams, Too Short. I didn't know
Yes.
you did background for Too Short.
Well, I didn't sing background for Too Short, but I've been on projects with Too Short that I've sang
Gotcha.
background on. So
Like on stage at the concert.
no, like on stuff that. So I used to work with Aunt Banks. I'm on every
Okay.
Aunt Banks album that ever came out.
Okay.
And so,
Shout out to Aunt Banks.
Yes. So I've sang on projects where I'm singing background and Too Short is rapping.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So yeah.
Confunction. Spice One, Mac 10,
Yes.
Felton Pilot.
Felton Pilot from Confunction. Yeah, I did a couple of gigs with him.
Oh wow,
Yes.
that's cool. Now tell us about your book. I know that you're doing the audio on your book now, but you already have a book that's written.
Yes.
How can we find that book?
They can find that book on Amazon. It is called Unstoppable in the Face of No Agreement.
Wow. Unstoppable in the Face of
No Agreement.
No Agreement.
Yes, that means against all odds. You got to be unstoppable. There's been situations in my life that has come up to stop me. Grief, losing my mother to breast cancer. She was only 46. Having to bury my mother's parents right after she died. Experiencing my brother being murdered in the streets of Oakland. From finding my father dead at his kitchen table. I experienced all of that in a small amount of time. And it took me under. And I was able to be resilient and bring my life back and put my life back together without any medication, without, having to go to any type of rehab or anything like that. But I fell hard. I fell hard because of the loss. And so my book is a memoir of my life, being in the studio, having a mother who was a musician. I always tell people a musician's kid is like a preacher's kid, especially a musician who plays in the church, because we have to be there every time the doors open. Mm-hmm. So my experience with that and then what I went through being addicted to drugs. And so that whole thing of me being able to still be here to talk about it and having to let you know what I've been through and it not be on my face.
Right.
Well, I don't look like what I've been through.
I was getting ready to say you are unstoppable, and I've never known any. All I know is all good things, and you made it look good. I know that your brother, when he passed away, I do remember the trauma. Like I remember. I didn't know you guys like personally, but I remember something like that happening where everybody knew to pray for the family. Yeah. But
see, a lot of people don't know. So my my book has a music project. Each chapter of the book has a music soundtrack to it. So me and my brother were working on the soundtrack when he was murdered. So that's how I came up with the name of the book, because the name of the book was my testimony at first. Okay. And so I changed the name to Unstoppable after the engineer called me after my brother was murdered and said, listen, your brother, you left a memory stick and your brother left you over 150 tracks. And I was in that studio shouting. Do you hear me? I was going in because it was my brother from the grave saying, keep going, sister. Don't stop.
Wow.
And I said, I'm unstoppable.
Yes. And oh my God, that is so beautiful. And I know that there's the store in Oakland with his face painted.
Yes, on 14th and Campbell Street.
Tell us about that. It's so beautiful.
So the guy who did the Oscar Grant mural at Fruitvale Station, he is the artist who did my brother. Wow. And he actually lived on the block and had met my brother. And by the time we got home from my brother's funeral, he was out there creating a mural for him.
Girl.
When we drove up, when the limos dropped us off, he was outside, cat a corner from our house, drawing the outline of it. And I just was like so grateful because we put a lot on the body, right? Mm-hmm. But our loved ones are with us in spirit. And so I don't like going to the cemetery because they're not there. And so that mural, I can get up every day and go and sit with my brother or just say, good morning.
It's so beautiful. Yes. It is so beautiful.
Isn't that?
Oh, my God. Yes, it is.
And you've been to my house before, so
beautiful.
You know how his face is facing the house. How does that happen?
Amazing.
It's facing like he's watching.
And look up.
And let me tell you, this is the story behind my brother's mural. They used to sell drugs on that corner. And when my brother's mural went up, they stopped selling drugs on that corner.
Girl, don't take me in right now. I have goosebumps.
No one wanted to sell drugs in front of a big mural that said Setibo, One Love. Yeah.
Wow.
So he kind of, it's history. It's not history, but it's a story behind it, behind that mural. Yeah. People in the community, they come all the time and take pictures of it. And, it's just amazing. Somebody from CNN is doing a story on the mural. And my neighbor told me, no one has called me on it, but my neighbor was like, somebody's doing a story on this. So.
And they probably don't know that you right across the street.
No, they don't. They don't.
Wow.
They don't.
Now, when I see you all the time, like when I see you with Silky and we're in the studio messing around, you are funny and you like to have fun.
Yes.
And I remember us as kids, how we used to always have fun.
Laughing all the time. I tell people we laugh like 90% of our days.
But I really admire you for being so professional and handling your business. I just want to make sure that you still have fun and laugh all the time, because you're always so serious when I see you. Yeah.
Okay, no, Shay, I am silly. I'm silly. I'm silly Willie. Okay.
And, your sister Sharon,
yes,
and your cousin Braylon,
yes.
I remember all three of y'all.
Yes,
cut up.
Cut up in church. We couldn't sit together in church.
Oh my God. Lord, and then, honey, I remember laughing when we used to have praise break.
Yes.
And, the praise break at church, at the Baptist church, honey. You know, when they had
praise break.
That kind of music, yeah. And we used to laugh at everybody shouting.
Yes.
Like, we call it shouting. And they would be bucking and stuff, and we'd be laughing. I would get in trouble.
Yes.
Because, you don't supposed to laugh at that kind of stuff.
No, we would get in trouble, Lord.
Oh, but honey, they.
I don't think I could get pinched ever again in life as much as I got.
Girl, my mama used
to
just look at me and be like this.
She had a look.
We get home. That. Or till we get home.
And not moving the teeth at all. Or...
I stayed in trouble. So we want to do a shout out to the Coconut Line. You know nothing about the Coconut Line.
No, I don't.
Okay, the Coconut Line is Leedy, my good friend Leedy. Mm-hmm. We called him on one of the shows before, and he gives us some tea and just make us laugh.
All right.
So I want to break up the seriousness and get silly a little bit, and give Leroy a call.
All right, Leroy.
And we call him Leedy. He calls himself Leroy, but the way he says it is so funny.
My uncle's middle name is Leroy.
Is it?
But we say Leroy.
Leroy, exactly. Let's see how he's going to answer today. Let's call him. Right. Answer the phone, Mr. Leroy.
Hey, this is your boy Roy on the Coconut Line in Hawaii. What are you doing on my phone, pa?
Lady.
What?
Aloha, aloha, aloha.
Aloha.
You are live on the Gab Show, honey.
Oh, okay. How you guys doing?
We're good.
Good.
Leroy, meet Stacy. Stacy's here. She's one of our guests today.
Hello,
Stacy Hogg.
Leroy.
Hello,
Leroy. I'm great. How are you?
I love how you say Leroy.
Yeah, we have to, bougie it up. Leroy is, there's a little ghetto. Leroy, okay? Leroy. Hey, Leroy.
Well, I'm Roy with an I. Over here in Hawaii.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
You
Lord.
get on my nerves. And I call him Leedy because I've been knowing him. This baby here is Leedy. Leedy, what do you have? You got some scoop for us? What's going on? What's going on in the world?
You know what? First of all, the weather over here is beautiful today, honey. It is
I'm jealous.
80 degrees right now, and the ocean is beautiful, and it's just wonderful. It's a way to start the week. But I got some tea for you. You know what's been bothering me this weekend? We lost a great icon this weekend, Diane Carroll.
Yes,
you know who
did.
Diane Carroll is?
Of course.
And I am just appalled that on our Facebooks and social media stuff, none of our people have her on there.
Are you serious?
When that rapper died, they were selling all that weed and got killed in L.A. I can't even turn nothing on without seeing his picture on there. And for our people who don't know who Diane Carroll is an icon.
Yes, she is.
She's the first black woman.
When did she pass, if you don't mind me asking?
This weekend. I think it was like Friday or Saturday. And she was 84 years old when she was a diva. When I say a diva, honey, she was a diva. She was the first black woman to have her own primetime television program. No, Julia. She was a nurse, not a maid.
Oh.
She was the first black woman to have a primetime TV program on TV. And she was Julia. She was a nurse and a single parent. And then, she was on Dynasty.
Yes.
But she was in the movie Claudine. All my husbands have never even seen Claudine. A struggling woman on welfare, raising her kids, trying to with James Earl Jones. And what's his name? What's his name? He was a singer.
The actor with the deep voice.
No, Curtis Mayfield. James Earl played her boyfriend. And Curtis Mayfield wrote the soundtrack, and Gladys Knight and the Pips sang the soundtrack. Oh, girl, you can't beat that. It was a good movie. It's like a tearjerker. And she was the first black woman to be a bitch, a rich bitch on primetime TV,
right,
and slap a white woman.
I remember that scene. I remember that scene. I do.
And that girl, this is the tea, though. This is the tea. You sit down. The first time I ever went in drag, and the only time I went in drag, I went as Dominique Devereaux, girl. That's who she played on Dynasty, girl. I went as Dominique Devereaux, honey.
Yes, you did.
But girl, I was in it, girl. I was in it. But when I looked in the mirror, guess who I was? Janetta, my mama. Girl, I was too. That's true. But that's not the vision I had.
But you felt like, honey, you felt like Diane Carroll, but you was looking like Janetta. That is hilarious.
I was all dressed up. I had on white lace and gray pumps and red nails and everything. And my little model girl had did my makeup. Girl, and I looked in the mirror and I was looking at my mama. I was through with
and she is beautiful.
But let me tell you, I got that night. I got that night.
Oh my God.
Anyway, but really, our side, we really need to. That's our blackness.
Yeah. Yes, but too. I just want to defend the young people. A lot of people didn't know who she was because they're so young, and you are a senior, so of course you would know who.
Senior what? A senior what?
A senior citizen. So that's why you knew who the hell Diane Carroll was. Like a lot of people, they know the rappers. They know because it's a lot of young people on social media. So I know,
but there's a lot of people my age on social media too. And so you're right. The young people was on social media, and they made me know that rapper. And I did, and I applaud for him for what he's done and all that.
Right. So we got to teach the younger generation who people are.
That's right. We have a responsibility.
That's right.
Ourselves.
Amen.
We have responsibility to ourselves. I was talking about what kind of world are these young people going to bring to us, but what kind of world are we leaving them in?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We have responsibility to them. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not talking to the young people. I'm talking to the people that are my age, that we have a responsibility.
Yes, because you are a senior.
Yes, I am, and proud of it, honey. Happy to get it. Happy to get it. Girl.
Right, honey, because you are a senior.
But that is the and and my cousin.
You have an AARP card.
Tyler Perry honored Whoopi Goldberg this weekend.
Oh, really?
He what?
Yes, Tyler Perry honored Whoopi Goldberg. Tyler Perry had dedicated his soundstage to Whoopi Goldberg
and Will Smith. Yeah, that's right.
Yes, and honey, he's the first black person to ever own a studio, and it's bigger than MGM, Disney, and Paramount all put together. And everybody was there. And my cousin Tamika dressed Patti LaBelle.
Shut up.
Yes. So when you see Patti with that black on her, when she raised her arms up in that red satin up under that, Tamika did that.
Yes. Shout out to Tamika from the Bay Area.
Is that Tamika Foster?
Yes.
Awesome.
Tamika Foster, baby, my cousin.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
You really, I know the family. I know that family. Small world.
Yep. And I just saw her in Los Angeles looking good.
Yeah. Yeah, she was just in Atlanta yesterday, but I was so proud, when I saw that she had, dressed Patti, but I didn't know what she was dressing Patti for. And so, so the soundstage is dedicated to Whoopi Goldberg, and it goes back to Diane Carroll and all that, all the people that have paid.
Did you see Oprah Winfrey crying at the studio?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I'm surprised you catch everything else. You didn't get to catch that one.
This girl was doing some other stuff. But,
I was teasing too because I kept saying because you're a senior, but you wasn't catching on. And I was like, "Did you have your AARP card? Is it an AARP card? I don't have it."
I don't fool with them. That's a setup. I don't fool with them.
My.
I want a senior citizen discount. I want mood discounts on the tickets to restaurants and things like that. I don't want no AARP card, whatever. I thought I wanted to be able to drive there for the senior movie.
I heard you get discounts to movie tickets and concerts with your AARP card.
Yes.
AARP.
Yes, but no, honey, the discount ain't bigger than it's the same as 10% discounts. It's like AAA, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Honey, but when you go to the movies and get that good senior discount and you get to sit where you want in the handicap and all that, that's what you see right there.
Exactly.
And then get that discount on that popcorn.
Them senior benefits, huh?
Right, honey, but when you sneak a snack and they don't get you because you're a senior.
Exactly. Well, we just wanted to call and get some tea, and we definitely enjoyed you. I'm sure you probably have a date or two.
Yes,
today.
I do.
Are you going to lunch with a friend or something?
I'm going to go do some out calls today. I'm going to go do some outreach ministry this morning.
What kind of ministry? We got to ask.
Yeah,
I'm going to lay hands. I'm going to lay hands.
Holy hands. It better be holy hands.
Girl, my hands are holy. These are the hands of a hoe.
Holy. It's a difference.
Girl, don't tell nobody that.
Holy hands.
Girl, don't tell nobody that. Because I want to do that I'm a church lady. I'm on the yes Lord.
Because I was just getting ready to say, honey, ain't nothing holy about Leedy but his jeans when he wear his little cute holy jeans.
I'm going to tell you this, and girl, this is another tidbit I want you to tell the people that if they're listening. You know, when you come over here to visit us in Hawaii, this is an island. This is a tropical island. And I know that you guys don't know a lot, but you think you're going to be doing a lot of walking and stuff. Don't buy no big Nike tennis shoes and tube socks to come over here to be walking around and stuff. You need you some flip-flops, honey.
Yes.
Because it just irritates me to know him when I see the people walking in front of me.
Well, a lot of people don't have pretty feet.
I know, but still, honey. They be walking like they just been hobbled with them Nike tennis shoes on in 90-degree weather.
Yeah.
And tube socks. And Michael Kors sandals are not for the beach. The beach enough to eat those up. You need flip-flops.
Yes.
You need flip-flops. When you get off the plane, it's going to be 90 degrees, boo-boo. Don't have your Nike sweatsuit on.
You want shorts and a Hawaiian shirt and some flip-flops.
Right.
Because it irritates me to no end. You want your fit in and not stand out.
I can tell.
So that's my tip for the day. That's my
all
tip.
right.
Well, can they wear flip-flops with tube socks if they have ugly toes?
Yes, girl. Don't make this up and say you're on vacation. Who gives a
Right.
Okay. Thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and let you go.
Girl, get off my phone. Get off my phone. Get off my phone right now. Right now.
Bye, Coconut
right
Line.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Coconut. Bye. Bye, Uncle. What's your name?
Stacy.
Bye, Stacy.
Bye.
Crazy. I can't. You have to meet him in person.
Oh, my God.
He is something else and can cook his butt off.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So I just wanted to call him so we could laugh and do some, fun and stuff, whatever. And I would love to hang out with you soon.
Yes.
So we can maybe go get something to eat and act silly and stuff before the 27th.
Okay. All right.
And I just want to commend you, and I wanted to be sure that you still having fun and you still loving life because you're so serious all the time to me.
You know what, Shay? I have fun. I do love life, but in my quest for personal development and training, I have to protect my space.
Yes. I can understand.
I have to protect my space, and I'm not one of those people who, link up and just go everywhere. Like I have friends, like Silk and, people that I'm close to. Mm-hmm. And I like having fun, but I just have to protect my space now that I'm older.
Okay, I respect that. Yeah. As long as you're happy and everything is good for you, because you deserve the world, honey, and you deserve all the happiness.
Thank you.
You are amazing, and you've done so much for so many people, and still doing a lot. Yeah. And the fact that you're even raising money through your advocacy is a big deal, especially for people who are suffering with cancer and have to pay all those hospital bills, and sometimes just need help with a simple PG&E bill or
groceries,
whatever.
Car note,
that's a big deal, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Yes,
and we want to keep it going. Not just today.
I was just gonna say we want to keep this going, but I really see the Pink Empowerment Brunch being something annually.
Totally,
and I see us growing beyond the venue that we're gonna be at. I really do. I see this as being something big because there is a need.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't have insurance. Let's talk about that.
Exactly,
and then those are the people who, get subsidized medical and have these, big times. So,
definitely. And also, I was going to say it would be nice to have like a convention, like how we used to go to the conventions. And
it could be a 2-day.
Big Baptist, at the hotel and do a
2-day conference. Yeah,
exactly. Well, once again, we want to thank you for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
I want to thank the audience for listening.
Thank you.
asking you all to go to YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Gab Show Bay Area. You can watch all the episodes that we've made. The last episode we had was mukbanging, eating seafood with Myla B, which was amazing. That food was so delicious. I believe our next interview will be with Tone Tate, a great hairstylist out of Richmond, California, and he's a hoot.
Awesome.
Once again, we're going to be celebrating with Stacy on October 27th at Q's Lounge. If you want to get any extra information, go to
the Sharon Randolph Foundation. Call us at 510-626-0500.
Okay, and then if you want to email us, please send us any emails, any questions you have, any suggestions, anything. We just here for you. So thank you for listening. This is a variety show, so sometimes we'll be eating, sometimes we'll be doing more serious interviews with people like Stacy, and you just never know what you're going to get. So always tune in because it's good, and then if you miss it, go to YouTube and then you can catch it. All right. For now, we're going to say goodbye. We'll see you soon. Thanks again for listening to The Gab Show, Bay Area.
It's The Gab Show with comedian Shay Sugar, comedian Jay Rich, and Dre Rivers Entertainment.